Hi everybody, ArmyP here for Explorminate.net. Welcome back to part 7 of our Let's Drive StarDrive 2 with Sector 0 DLC. Now, before we kick off, going any further, I'd like to recap a little bit from part 6. I'm going to focus in on the Opteris Hive here, and what we have done is pushed deep into their sector of space. We believe that the only remaining planet that they have left is in the 0 sector under planet 1. They have a small fleet protecting it, and we intend to take that out right away. Additionally, we haven't seen much from the Czech affiliation aside from this starbase, which I believe that they're going to build a defensive base here to kind of keep us away from Titan, which is funny because Titan, if I click here, you'll notice that it's just a research station. Additionally, our construction ship is now headed to a precious metal field, where I'm going to show you, by mining this, how we can get 6 BC per turn and 2 production per turn. And after that construction ship is done, we're probably going to head over and take a couple of these lovely ordnance depots that have been kicking around, and I haven't really had a chance to enjoy them too much. Additionally, we have a exploration ship near Avnar. But let's face it, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this, it's because you know for a fact that I'm going to be getting into the mix of it by finishing off the Opteris Hive. So without further ado, we're going to kick it off. Oh, excellent. What we've done is build a university. I mentioned in my last Let's Play that we were going to increase the amount of research that we've been doing, because right now we've kind of focused so heavily on war. We should do it this way. Now I have a pretty good coffers, but unfortunately, as you can see in the upper right hand corner, I have minus 13 BC per turn. It's because my fleet size is so big. I've actually exceeded my CP, which is short for command points. So I'm paying a little bit into biting a little bit into my savings, but with my tax rate so low, I'm not too worried about it. If things kind of turn around a little bit for me and they go a little south, I can change that as necessary. So for the time being, we are going to do some mass drivers, because those are always a lot of fun. I'm kind of curious if I should even go mass drivers, or if I should continue on, focusing a little bit more on a balanced research type of idea. I know for a fact that I'm probably going to be able to take out the Opteris Hive. Their remaining planets. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for the Imperial Bank, which, if you'll notice on the little pop-down window, it'll give us 33% more BC earned on every planet where this is built. And it's an upkeep of 0. So anytime you can increase your economy, that's good news. Private shipyards on Rathi 2, that's good. The Opteris Hive, knowing that my fleet's deep in their sector and that I've cracked their defenses, wants to discuss peace. Now, how much do they weigh in? 622. They have no colonies to give me, no resources to give me. I want a single payment. They've got 102 BC to deal with, although they do have a lot of excellent research I could possibly get. I wonder if I could take fusion beams, slave hits. Wow, he really does have a lot, but I want their planet. Now, one thing I was actually interested in, and I'm going to get into it later, and I haven't really talked about it, is that when we took on Bombardment 2, you'll notice that I'm not actually growing any population here. Now, the reason that is because the AI doesn't breed normally, right? It's kind of one of the unique things about having a mixed planet. I don't know what I'm going to be able to do. I think I'm going to have to send some of my my native population bears there to actually breed and get this up to max cap level. I'm trying to remember if I don't think I can actually do anything with these guys. I might have to send them to a different planet. Well, we'll see. We'll carry on and with our invasion and focus heavily on that. In the meantime, we've gotten everybody, and this is going to be our backup fleet. The fleet entirely designed that if our first fleet fails, we have a backup, because any good 4X gamer will tell you having a backup plan is quintessential. Oh good, here we go. And we are going to no, we're going to increase our research per scientist on Tetrend 3. We are producing more food than we actually need right now. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to pop you there and there. Good. I think we're in good shape. Alright, here comes the invasion force. Dun, dun. Here it comes. Research station, infantry base is being built. That's good too. I'm going to keep that as it is. And I really like that I'm finally got enough research that I'm getting these at a decent rate. Before I was taking 30 turns or plus to try to get just your basic stuff researched. And just like that, we have our research completed. Alright, now where do we go? Definitely math drivers. I'm going to build a couple good ships. Alright, here we go. The final push into the Opteris Hive. In Sector 0, planet number 1. It says they got more firepower, but we got more health. So let's see what we're up against here. Alright. These ships have a lot of fusion lasers. Some solar armor. Interesting. This give me an interesting battle to see how it's going to play out. Now, setting up my ranks. I've got my fighters in the back. I've got lots of fighters. Wow. Total of 6 fighter bay ships. This is going to be one heck of a fight, everybody. My Talon fuel, I'm going to be putting that over here. Again, remember I explained in the last one why we have fuel ships. My mid-range Talons. And my Yogi the Bear. And my Razor rockets up front. I think everybody's in good shape. Making sure that everybody's range, maximum range for effective fighting range is up to as much as we can. And we're going to begin this. All fighter bays. Launch your fighters. I think I'm going to launch all my fighters. Wow, look at that. That is a swarm. Okay, I think we're going to try to engage with smaller ships along the way. And these ships are going to engage their fighter ships in close combat. And in the meantime, our mid-range fighters. Here we go. And the battle ensues for the planet of 1. We have tons of small fighter and AA defenses, so this is going to be interesting. Oh, well, we already got one of them down. Perfect. And here comes the barrage of missiles. Okay, our fighters have taken out their fighters in close quarter combat, so now we're going to try to get them stopping to going from our bottom ranks. Oh, look at that wave of missiles from our mid-ranks. We are in great shape, everybody. Okay, small fighters, continue on, take out their back ranks. Alright, here we go. Oh, wow. The mid-ranks are holding up very well. There's a lot of fighting going along right now. Let's see how we're doing over here. We don't want those fighter bases to get any closer. Love these swarms of fighters that we've got. And now the mid-ranks, their frigates have gotten right into the range of our carriers, which have small missiles, and it's just... Look at this. Look at the amount of firepower going down range here. Oh, they've got EMPs. So what's happening right now is they've disabled 2 of our ships. Not a big deal. The fighters aren't the biggest concern. How's our fighters doing over here? Ooh, not good. Alright, mid-fighters engage. Yeah, this is such an unusual kind of battle right now because We want these missiles to hit all of the long ranges and not focus so much on these smaller ones that are engaged in close quarters. This has got to be... That ship's almost done. How's our Yogi the Bear doing? Oh, he's still on his tail. He's still on a 6. Small fighters, engage. Come on, missiles, carry through. Oh, they have a ton of AA defenses. Okay, here we go. All mid ranks and all small fighters, engage. And now I'm going to get my fighter base to move in closer quarters. Give them more targets to shoot at. Ooh, those lasers are tougher than they sound. Now when they get into the range of all those mid-range or those, I actually just think that these are just small lasers that are hitting them, but it's just wearing them down. Hopefully we'll be able to punch through their armor. Oh wow, this is going to be an interesting battle because as it stands right now, I do believe that all my fighters have been destroyed. I think the only thing that's existing or flying around right now is my one Yogi the Bear. This might just be a war of attrition, everybody. But if we get these down, I've got my claw bomber. If you can remember, this is going to neurotoxin bomb. We're going to see if it works against the AI. Oh, who just went down? Oh, one of our mid-range missile frigates went down. Oh, he's already gone. Okay, all fighters reporting in. Remaining fighters, focus on this suicidal fighter carrier. Come on, keep going down. Oh, with those rockets hitting, that's going to take massive damage. If we could just peel away that frontal armor. Oh, poor Yogi the Bear. Increase your speed to your engines. Oh, there's not going to be much left here. It's just a war of attrition. Like I said, it might not be the most gracious of victories, but it's a victory nonetheless, because all we have to do is get to their planet, and that's it. Now we're going to focus on the final ship, which is where we've got to the bridge. Bridge is down. Warp core breach in progress. He's trying to retreat, and that's it. We have defeated the main fleet. Now, that being said, before I get all cocky, was there not supposed to be a... I thought that they had a... yeah, they have a space station for defenses. So that means if I get any closer, that's it. They actually won't even make it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if I go next to them, now what I don't know is, you know what? It's probably a tactical error, but I'm going right in. I want to take one so bad, I'm willing to fight this space station with nothing but fighter carriers that have no fighters in them. Let's see what we got. Do I have any fighters at all? So few, it's sad. Okay, that's it. We're all going close range. Here we go. Oh wow, this is going to be one of those war of attritions. If our anti-aircraft, if our anti-missile rounds can keep up, we should be able to take out this starbase. Meanwhile, at least the small amount of fighters that we've been able to recoup should be able to at least provide a alternate target. And just for the sake of it, all of my fuel depots and my my claw bomber will at least get out of the fray. How's our fighters doing? Not good at all. Oh, wow. This may have been a tactical error, but you know what? It's quite alright because I've got better ships that are being designed and they're already being built. Here we go. This might be the slowest battle in all of history. I do apologize. It's all about getting these guys into the fray as quickly as I possibly can, but unfortunately, with the engines that I have, well, there we go. I can get these guys going a little bit faster here. Power to the engines. Gotta get these guys in range. He's got nothing left. And I don't know why he's not moving. Oh, it's because he's got no fuel left. Alright, here it comes. I'm going to move them in even closer. I'm talking point blank range with these fighters. They've got minimal weapons, but I want that planet enough that I'm willing to sacrifice ships to do it. Alright, this is going to get saucy. I'm probably going to lose a couple carriers if I win this battle at all. Here we go. I've taken down his shields. I've got a running tally of how, I mean, if you're this close range, I don't understand how you could possibly survive, but who knows, this Prasado Deep Space Nine might be tougher than I expect. Oh, here we go. Keep going, boys. All power to the our minimal weapons. Leave nothing to the enemy. He seems to be focused on this one here, which really doesn't seem to mind at all. Oh wait, I got rockets on the side. Why don't I try to broadband them? Let's see what happens. Let's see if I can get some missiles going here. Yeah, there we go. There's some small missiles going. I've got him down to yellow. Yellow alert. Here we go. Oh man, my amount of fire has been going down quite a bit. Broadside. You got still good? Broadside. Keep launching. He's down to, what's that, maroon? Rust? Is he down to rust? Well, he stopped firing, so the missiles are going now. Here we go. Broadsides, everybody's firing all available weapons that aren't broken. Although I'm not getting a lot of fire back. And it's mine. Yes! The Opteris Hive. And all of its fleets have been destroyed. Now we're going to get to test out all the fun things. We're going to bombard. Now, here's the bombarding screen. Pretty much the exact same you've seen from vanilla. And I'm going to try neurotoxin bombs. Now it's giving me an option to do against the ground troops. So let's see what it does. It offers no pollution. So I'm just going to kind of show you what this screen has to offer. When you bring a bombing fleet into orbit against an enemy planet, you get options on the right hand screen here, depending on what kind of bombs you have. It gives you a layout of how much damage it'll do against the troops, the infrastructure, the population, and then the pollution it provides or produces by nuking the actual planet. Because we decided to go with neurotoxin bombs, it can actually damage the infantry, because we weren't too sure if that was an option, does none to the infrastructure, and takes out tons of the population, but has no fallout radiation. So let's just see what we got here. Wow, I am going to carve through these like nothing else. Okay, with that in mind, Mogram 3? Oh good, Tor believes that they're part of the main planet. So I'm going to take, what do we got there, 10. Now we'll make it 12. Launch them in the carriers. We got a fleet of 3 full transports, and we're going to head to 1. It says I'm going to have 0. Ooh. Maybe I'm going to take those back. This is just slight logistics. What I'm scared of is he's not going to have enough fuel to actually get to where he's going. So I'm going to take a couple fuel ships and just meet my... Ooh, don't do that. Oh, he's trying to build it. That's funny. He's going to... sorry, I'm kind of talking to myself. As it stands right now, they're trying to build a construction base to cut off our supply lines into the front. We're of course going to stop that with this fleet here. Yeah, we'll auto this because there's no point in actually doing it. Oh, right in the middle of my fray. The Truck Empire wants to know if they want to trade. They want soil arrangement. I want fusion engines. Yeah, he's not going to do it, so I'm not interested. I don't know if I can actually attack one of their supply depots. Apparently we can't. So with fuel reserves at the way that they are, I'm going to get them to refuel back at Mogram. They'll have 73%. My mass drivers have been produced. Excellent. And Cantina upgrade. Many spacefarers simply refuse to utilize the services of a station that doesn't have a good bar. Looks like we can build these, and it'll provide +2 approval and 1 BC per turn. No, I think I'm going to go for automated factory. 10 flat production and 2 per worker. That is a huge bonus that we can enjoy. Okay. Can we get to 0-1 with the limited fuel we have? What do we have for the Explorer? Car bomber. Looks like that might be it for our fuel reserves. I hope we can get there in time. In the meantime, we're going to continue with the bombardment, taking out nothing but their ground troops. Oh, that neurotoxin bomb is really powerful. Like, you know, impressively powerful. I have actually never played with it with the Sector Zero DLC. Oh, come on. He created a ship. I'm just going to auto-destroy it. And this happens sometimes. He popped a ship right out. And I'm going to deploy. And the invasion is on their way. And fight. Half of they're done. They've got some militia, but nothing that we can't handle. And there is, without a shadow of a doubt, the Opteris Hive is about to be destroyed. So that being said, we can enjoy... oh, it looks like I'm going to be here. I'm going to build a space station. 26 turns, my god. No doubt. I am super stoked about being able to take up the Opteris Hive. Everything's going good. It looks like we're building that. What have we got? 3 for 3. I think what we're going to do is we're going to build an orbital habitat. Probably take 23 turns or 9. Ooh, I just realized. Wow, I am producing 133 BC minus per turn. Sorry, gentlemen. This war is going to have to be paid through taxes. Why is this so high? Okay, so there was a recent patch that just got pushed out. Now what it does is it doesn't punish you for going over your CP limit. That's your command post summary. I just read this in StarDrive 2's notes recently, and it scales. So the more you keep it around 15, or like in this case, that's my CP limit right now, right? 15 is the amount of free ships that I don't have to pay maintenance on. If you go over it by a small amount, it doesn't punish you, but it increases exponentially. It's on a scaling system. So I've gone over it by 8 CP, and I'm being punished unbelievably. I'm glad I noticed that. There was no indication that says, you know, like a financial advisor said, hey, big dummy, destroy some of your ships, because I got to stop building these ships immediately. I can't actually afford it. So I'm just going to take a quick second here to... Sorry, unyielding justice. We're going to have to wait. And I'm going to have to build some banks, because I'm going to have to get rid of some of these ships immediately, actually. In fact, I might get rid of anything that's damaging right now. Yeah, because that's 71 per turn. I'm going to be completely out of money in just a few short turns. This is so anticlimactic. Right in the middle of a battle, and I'm like, oh, excuse me. Taxman wants to do his coffers. What do we got here? Fooder, Pfizer Bay. Yeah, I really have to get rid of some of these. I have to get this amount of money down. I actually might have to scrap some of my ships. Not expected, actually, at all. 21. See, there you go. I went down from 23 cap to 21, and you'll notice that my BC per turn went down from -71 to plus 25 gold, and that's at taxation at 50, which is the highest level. So obviously the scaling is pretty harsh. 6 seems to be the magic number. Don't go over it by 6 or you will pay for it. And I can actually bombard while in planet, but I'm not going to. I'm going to let my Karathi take him over, because I think that this is going to be it. Oh, next turn. Okay. Now that I can't afford any more ships, I'm glad I read those patch notes in between these Let's Plays, because I would have been really confused on why this was turning out the way that it did. Alright, Empire looks good. We're about to reconsolidate. Next turn, this is it. For good night, my AI wannabes. And that's it. Victory. Huge explosion in the background. It's mine. And we have just destroyed the Opteris Hive. If there was ever any doubt ever that we were going to do that. And now it's all ours. Look at this. I don't need them to build any food. I got what I need. I'm going to put you in a xenomine. What do we got for... He's got a charging station. Yeah, I still can't build this population, so we have to get rid of that. Oh, I don't know if I want to or not, because you're requiring absolutely no food. Wow, he's got quite a bit built onto his home planet. A pollution resequencer, automated bay, research lab. Wow, this is actually a really good planet, and everything's all built for me already. So I don't know if I'm gonna go. I think what I might do is get some coffers back up, because I am dearly paying for it due to my CP limit. So I'm going to build an Imperial Bank. I am going to build a starbase after the Imperial Bank. Get my research going, and I think what I'm going to do is reconsolidate now and start colonizing planets that I've neglected. We should have enough fuel right now, and if I do believe I actually have an explorer somewhere here. And now that we've got free reign... Oh, he's got 0. Let's go back here. 1 second. We may have to do... Yeah, we have to do one more. One more term. The entire fleet's refueled, and now I get back to the exploring phase. So I know it took a little bit of time, ladies and gentlemen, but we are back in the exploring phase because we're a peace-loving, lovable animal. In the meanwhile, I do have to get rid of some of this fleet because it is crippling me in terms of the economy. Okay, so yeah, I'm really grateful. We can get back to building some infrastructure again, start colonizing again, and the only person we really have to worry about is the Truk affiliation. And what did they do over here? Yeah, without a doubt, a shadow of a doubt, he did build a defensive space station right next to Titan, which is bizarre to me because it's not at all a difficult planet to deal with. Now, another interesting thing here that I'm going to point out is at 1, we have a capability of a total of 12 AI robots that we've now taken over and obviously reprogrammed for our own bidding. But at the same time, I've actually got 2 here left on Mogram 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Empire Management screen. I am going to take 2 of my one of my bears. Might as well make it 2. Off of that, I'm going to put them over to this planet, and once they reach to Mogram 3, they'll actually start breeding. And then I can take these AI robots and put them on 1. Well, I have a 100% planet of AI robots that are not going to provide any or be any disapproval rating. They're going to love everything that I have because they don't understand anything but gross binary obedience. And meanwhile, everything is starting to come together for me. Alright, I am feeling pretty darn good about this. We've taken off the Opteris Hive. We now reconsolidated. My exploration ship has just found yet another unexplored anomaly, so we're going to go check that out. Although my coffers went down, quite a bit, now we've got to look at the Chuck affiliation, which has got to be one of the largest empires, easily. Just looking at the size of my map right now, they have got to be the biggest, if not the second biggest. Who knows? That's part of the fun of exploration after this phase. Everybody else is kind of kicking into gear and getting me some BC and research. Right on. A mysterious traveler. While mapping sector 4146, our fleet was hailed by a ship of unknown classification. The contents of the transmission was unexpected. It is, apparently, complete and detailed schematics for the technology that we are currently researching. With this data dump, we can now complete our research immediately. As for the ship that gave us the information, it warped away shortly after transmission, and we cannot detect it on our scanners. What an unexpected discovery! I'll take it. And now we've got our research capacity has increased exponentially. This is great. Alright, feeling pretty darn good. What we're going to do is take some ion beams, because that'll increase our ships. It's also the cheapest one of our research. You'll notice it only has 2 turns, because we're now shifted our economy a little bit more on research base. Yeah, looking pretty darn good. Meanwhile, what do we got over here? Have we got our mining ship? What's this here? Oh, it's where's our constructor ship? Oh, this is just our research station. So we're gonna see if we can't even push out further, exploring after the refuel. Why not, encounter a nice AI, like someone would be willing to trade with us, not kill us, not be giant insects. Okay. Ion beams. We have construction fleet has been completed at Tor. We made a freighter fleet there. Perfect. I think what we're going to do is focus a little bit on our main planet. Wow. I definitely have to do that. So we need to build that as soon as we can. I'm actually going to commit everybody in my planet to do that. It was a research station that I've been sorely neglecting because of the war that we were in. And we are going to do fusion power, easily, an easy choice. Fusion power provides us with more power per nuclear reactor or power station inside the modules that we have on our ships. So by providing fusion power, we're able much more space on our modules and our ships to increase with weapons and shields. Excellent. Now we're building a starbase. If I can lower our taxes just a little bit more. Yeah, we're in pretty good shape there. Yeah, I'm feeling great, guys. This is awesome. And now we're back to the exploration phase, which is, honestly, one of my favorite points in any 4X game. Doesn't matter if you're playing StarDrive, if you're playing Civilization, you could be playing a fantasy or a space 4X game, and without a shadow of a doubt, it's the best part. Okay, everybody, so I don't want to get too deep into the next phase of this without kind of pausing and seeing how everything's going to come together. What I think I'm going to do for the next Let's Try, now that we've defeated the Opteris Hive, is just consolidate a little bit of the Empire, adjust some of my economy, kind of basic, run-of-the-mill maintenance. And then what we're going to do is we're going to try to make better relations with the Chuck affiliation. We're going to colonize a lot more through our shifting of population and building colonization ships. And then we're going to push into the great unknown and see what else has to offer. One thing I did want to show you before we kick off the end of this Let's Play is, it's funny, I'm kind of showing off Sector Zero's different options and additions, and I never showed you the victory screen. Now this is the victory screen, which is brand new to Sector 0. Now you'll notice here that all 4 of the victory types have been detailed here. Now the extermination victory should be very clear to anybody, and that's on the far left as you're looking at it. It's the last major empire standing. It shows you how many colonies I currently own, which is 8, and it shows all the other empires. Now I was right, the Czech affiliation is the largest, owning 6 colonies. And we have 3 more unknowns that are roughly about the same size as the Czech affiliation, except for the one at the bottom. The score of victory, which I mentioned earlier, depends on the amount of colonies, your approval rating, the amount of technologies that you've acquired, the size of your fleet, the money in your bank, how many strategic resources that you're actually currently own and are mining, and the amount of territory. Now, if you, I do believe, at the end of the star date, 3100, whoever has the highest score wins the game. Finally, we got the, second to last, we've got the Ascension victory. Now, this one is based off of the text and your CP, and the detail on is become a god. You're going to need a huge technological edge, or curious minds, and a powerful fleet. And finally, the Expansion victory, which own and fortify every sector with a special resource. Now, you can see I have 1 special resource, where the Czech affiliation has 5 out of 24 that are currently available on the map. Now, although these are different victory types, I do believe that the only thing that really requires you to not expand exponentially is the Ascension, which is owning, which I believe would be the closest to a scientific victory. Now, that being said, everything else, expansion, score, and extermination, does require combat and pushing out your borders through force. So even though it's not as varied maybe as something, let's say, as a civilization, with its diplomatic victories, its scientific victories, the space race, etc., right? It does offer you a choice, which I do appreciate, because there got to a point when I was playing StarDrive 2 Vanilla, where I would get to, let's say, the end of mid-game, and I already know I won the game, just through the size of my fleet and the military power that I had. And often I wouldn't finish the game, because it would require me just to be hitting end turn a lot and exterminating huge amounts of population. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. This has been a lot of fun. We've done a lot in the last couple Let's Tries, including completely eliminating the Opteris Hive. And now we're shifting gears back to a peaceful and exploration phase. So this has been Army P, and I've had a blast. And I'll see you next time.